Oh yeah. All right, here we go. What you got, Ethan?
Alright, so first up we got our boss monsters. Just normal ratio of 2 UCT and 1 Pinkertops.
Oh yeah.
All of these are your pill targets, your double evolution pill targets, and the things that like win you the game at the end of the day.
Oh, that
Boss
Book of Moon.
monsters.
Golly, that guy.
And then next up we have our normal starters. We got 3 OV, our 4 babies, our 2 Animadorned, and then our 2 Scrap Raptor. So all of these guys end up starting your plays because what ends up happening is we go OV to search out the baby or the miscellaneous source.
So you're playing 3 baby Ceratosaurus and then 1 petite Pteranodon,
Yeah,
is that right?
so the
All right.
petite comes up often because you can special out your Pinkertops from it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but it also does the same thing as like what all the other babies do. And then Misk, limited to 1, continues off all of our plays and make sure everything goes off the way we want it to end up.
You may have got this card banned again, Ethan. I just
Dude.
want you to know that.
It was clutch. I mean, it's banned or it's limited for a reason. After that, we have some of our extenders in the deck. So we have the Giant Rex, and then
What a great reprint that was.
and then the tech that I played, Vsauce Starfrost.
Oh, this card. So, this card's jumped up in price for the simple reason that actually there's several decks that can abuse this.
Yeah, but it's really, really good in this deck because it's a level 6 tuner and gives us access to Baron through our natural combo. But it's also a free extender if we're going off and it's in our hand, or we can search it out using Small World. It's also just got a big body, and sometimes in simple game states you can just beat over stuff. And it has a tag gain effect that came up probably like 2 or 3 times throughout the day. But the important effect is that it targets. You can normal summon your baby Ceratosaurus and then target the baby Ceratosaurus.
Destroy it.
Destroy it and special this,
summon.
and then trigger the baby effect.
And then go Baron.
Yeah, it's crazy.
For free.
Next up, we have the hand traps that I played. So I kept it pretty simple. I played 3 Ash, 3 Gamma, and then the 2 token collectors. Token collector, I'm main decked to really hit the Sword Soul matchup for this regional because I expected like 95% of my games to be Sword Soul. But also it has normal synergy in the deck with Lost World. So you can normal summon you can normal summon your dinosaur monster under Lost World. It gives them a token, and then you can activate the token collector in hand to destroy the token, and then trigger the Lost World's replacement effect.
And special summon the token collector.
Yeah,
You get the free body off of it too.
yeah.
Pretty slick.
Yeah, it's pretty. It came up a ton during the entire day, and the token collector was just super clutch. Next off, we have all of the Garnets in the deck. So all of these Garnets are used to facilitate other cards or combos. So the drivers for the Gamma.
What's that for?
Yeah, for our Gamma. But it also triggers Lost World. That came up once, where I had to tribute, or I didn't tribute summon it, but I summoned it off of the Gamma during my turn, and then I swung into it and then triggered the Lost World during battle phase.
Because it destroyed the
I didn't have any
token.
good starters.
That is so cute.
Yeah. We have the Scrap Chimera, which facilitates the Scrap combo. It's really, really good.
Right.
But it's awful to see in your hand. I hate it. The Nemesis Keystone can come up as a small world bridge. In the middle, it comes up a ton because it's a level 1 in Earth and has 0 defense. But also, you can use the effect if you hard draw to recycle your Misk. So it can target your banished Misk after you've resolved the effect and shuffle it back into the deck so you can use it for later.
So if y'all that don't know, all the Nemesis monsters do the same. Well, do have one similar effect where you can shuffle back a banished monster and special summon it.
Exactly, yeah. And then my 1 Hulk target is Tiny Spirit at Hara. And this is used to purely make nappies.
Yep.
Next off, we have the spells in the deck. So we have our 3 Searcher of the Fossil Dig, not once per turn. It's crazy, I didn't see this a ton, and if I did, no one ever wants to ash this card, because they always think that you have another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're like, oh, you're starting off a Fossil Dig, you have to have another one. No shot. No one ashed this card. We have my 3 Lost World. Fun fact about this card, it's a soft once per turn. on both the
Which
injects.
I learned that actually the hard way.
Yeah. Soft once per turn, both effects. It comes up all the time. The targeting protection destroys Sword Soul. I probably summoned the token under a Shishao, maybe like I think every single Sword Soul match that I had, I ended up having this and using that through it. We have the 2 double evolution pill. This is kind of a Garnet. I don't really want to see it in my starting hand. If I do, it's not the end of the world.
But boy, you need 2 of them for follow-up.
Yeah,
though.
you do. You definitely do. And then we have the 3 small world.
What a cracked card this is. I tell you, man, I play this in every single deck. Any kind of a mid-range or combo deck, I play this card because you can find a breach for anything.
It's insane. And no one... I see a lot of people really scared to ash this card too, because they don't know what's in your hand. Like it's really good if your hand is like super insane. You're just like, okay, activate Small World, and they'll be like, okay, they're starting up with Small World. Maybe their hand's not great, and they'll just throw out Nash, and then I'll hit them with like a normal summon Obi, and then you're just like, that's cool. Tough.
But what the best part is the banish is not for cost. It's a resolution of the effect.
Yeah.
So if they ash it, it just goes to grave and nothing else.
Yeah, and they don't get any hand knowledge.
It's just fantastic.
And then I ran my 1-up Called by the Grave, which came up 1,000 times.
And tactics will come up a lot too. If you got it, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no thanks. And then we hit my 3 main deck Dimensional Barrier.
Main deck D-Barrier. So your boy's sideboarding this like in everything right now because I think what I'm running is good enough to win, going whatever without it. But so obviously you win the die roll.
It's insane winning the die roll.
Games.
Yeah.
But going second, you said you had a lot of success going second.
Yeah, I did. Right? It's really good. You can set, because of dinosaurs, like the way dinosaurs are, it's pretty easy to crack most boards. And then you can just set this up as follow-up for turn 2 because, like, especially against the Sword Soul matchup specifically, they have insane follow-up turn 3 if they win first. Yeah. Like, Taya is a crazy card, and so my favorite is, like, they summon out Taya, and then I'll just flip out the D-Barrier, and because they use their normal summon on it, they're just, like, out of luck. And they have an effect monster and can't make the monks or anything.
I'll tell you, that really made Sword Soul one-dimensional with Auroradon getting banned, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, so D-Barrier, obviously it's a card. Anytime... Yeah, obviously D-Barrier came out of the format pretty hard when links were just everywhere, and that's all that everybody was doing was links.
Yeah.
And then the new Master Rule came back out, and Synchro X's
especially
with
the metagame right now of like Sword Soul, Despia, and then now the new Punk archetype is. Yep. It comes up almost all the time.
All right, extra deck.
Yeah, so up in the extra deck we have
token target.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Well, this is actually a combo piece.
Oh baby.
You use this. You use this on your Animadorn, and then you link off with your Scrap Raptor to make the Wyvern, and this gives you a body in the graveyard that's a non-dinosaur for your pill after you resolve Animadorn.
Cool.
Next off, we have the Scrap Wyvern. Insane. The Scrap combo came in clutch every single game that I was able to get out the Raptor and resolve the effect. What probably I would say won me the entire thing to get up all the way to top 4 was the Scrap combos.
Oh, so sick.
Yeah. We have the Hauki Fibrax. So in my combo, what I end up doing is I'll end on the Raptor and the Wyvern that you've summoned, or the Raptor that you've summoned off of the Wyvern. You take those and you make the Hulk. And because I go through 3 babies in my full combo, I have to pop 3 babies, and that's not counting the times that I pop it from the graveyard, or like special summoning the babies from the graveyard from the Obi effect.
Right.
I think I pop 5 or 6 babies in my full combo because it's not once per turn. So I'll end up like before I make Hulk, my board looks like Wyvern, Raptor, Obi, Giant Rex, and then you just make Hulk effect, summon the Adhara, and then make that beast from there.
Insane.
I played. There we go. I played my generic Lambda for the Gamma. This came up a ton.
If nothing else, it makes people think, how does he have gift?
Yeah, no, yeah, I used it to bluff once or twice, especially during my Flutter matchup. It came up a ton. Next, I'm playing 2 Charmers. I'm playing Alsa and Lina.
So the light and the earth.
The light and the earth Charmer.
So your light's for your Eldritch matchup?
Well, my light is for almost anything. Like, it takes a lot of the Sword Soul cards, like the Tenyis or the Sword Soul cards. It can take most extra deck monsters. Like, it's crazy. Alsa comes up a lot in the Therion matchup. Regulus is an Earth. Yeah, I can take the Regulus. The Punk cards, a lot of them are Earth also. And I was expecting to see more Ghost Spell in main, so I figured at the end of the day maybe I could just take the Ghost Spells. Monk the Tenyi and Adhara are also valid targets for this guy.
For sure.
Then for my Link 3, I played 1 Nightmare Unicorn.
Just to climb.
Yeah, it's to,
well, and
it's
also
to climb,
for
but the
unicorn
effect is
things.
really good.
For unicorn
yeah,
things.
I resolved this effect a ton over the day.
Spin it back. Huh.
Yeah. I played for my Link 4s. I played 1 Appaloosa and then my Access Code Talker.
Nice.
Appaloosa came up a lot less than I ended up thinking that it would. I made Access Code a ton.
About every game.
Yeah, just not
every match.
Yeah, about every match I made it. Either because my hand was like not super great, but I had enough to make something and get in the damage and break a board, or even just to
cripple a board and then finish it with access.
Yeah, exactly. Next up is my Synchro lineup. I played the one
Shuffle Me Back. Got it.
The 1 Omega. I didn't summon him the entire day. He was just sitting in my extra deck doing nothing. I played Baron for the Starfrost combo. I made him, I want to say, like 3 times throughout the day.
Doesn't it feel fun?
Yeah, it was great.
Dude, what a nutty week you had last week. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. And then the 1 Naturia Beast, which I made every single time that I went first. The combo is ridiculously consistent even through interruption, as long as like you know what you're doing.
Yep.
And then for my Xyz lineup, I had Abyss Dweller.
Because it's Abyss Dweller?
Yeah, and it came up every time I played first. I figured every time that I was making Xyz, I was thinking to myself, I was like, alright, what's going to have the most impact at the end of the day? Like 2 monster negates, 1 spell trap negate, and like an inherent summon negate, or just turning off the graveyard. And I was like, I think I should probably just make this guy.
Yep.
And then the 1 Dolka and the 1 Lagia.
Because monster and spell trap.
Yeah.
Either way.
I didn't summon Lagia the entire day, but I made Dolka a lot. Dolka won me a game for sure.
Dolka says no to a lot of things that break your board and help extend. So.
Yeah.
All right, side deck.
All right, last up in the side deck. I tried really hard to side things that were guaranteed to win me the game or would have the most impact in the match post side. So I started off. I was thinking 3 Trap Trick. So in case
you wanted 6 copies of D-Berry.
Yeah, I wanted 6 copies of D-Berry if I needed it.
Right.
If not, then they would just kind of sit there. I sided in a decent amount, mostly against like decks that made fusions.
Despia.
That was pretty much it. Yeah, Despia. Dinomorphia came up a lot. Yeah.
Was that everywhere?
It wasn't. I don't know if it was everywhere, but it was my round 1, and it messed me up. So I would respect it for sure.
For sure.
My 3 DD Crow. Crow is really good against the Despia matchup. That's really why it's in there. I just wanted to give hate to the Despia matchup. And then my 2 ofs, I had 2 Droll Lock,
right?
2 Twin Twisters,
is mine.
2 Dark Ruler, and then 2 Nib. The reason I didn't go for 3 Dark Ruler is I didn't know how many times
because this deck cracks boards pretty well by itself.
The deck is really consistent at breaking the boards by itself, let alone, and I don't think a ton of decks aren't making like 12 negates during this time. It's a lot of like very targeted specific negates that you can kind of play around for the most part. And
Or if you remove a piece of it, like if you get rid of the worm monsters,
yeah,
it turns off blackout.
exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. But also against like the Despia matchup, if they're going first, they're setting up like double masquerade, and this does nothing against double masquerade.
Nope.
So I was, yeah. If I saw it, I saw it. If I didn't, I didn't. And it never came up. I never activated Dark Ruler this entire day. And then I had my 2 Nibiru,
Which I'm sure came up at some point.
I didn't activate Nib.
The whole time.
I didn't activate Nib the whole day. I didn't have a need to. Nothing ever came up to the point of me making Nib.
Or at least with it in your hand anyway.
No, yeah. And then
the God card.
the last card in the deck.
Gotta have
the
one
side,
of
the
No
one red
Duster
removal.
in here?
No Duster. I'm not playing Duster.
No Lightning Storms? What the hell?
Nah. We got. I went pretty straight up about having just the Twin Twisters. If I was playing if I was playing against the trap deck, I can special summon out Pankratops from deck, and so I feel like for the most part, if I have to hit a specific thing that's ruining my day, that was my out. Along with the Scrap Wyvern pop throughout the combo. And I kind of really banked on going first, which I was rewarded by. So my die rolls were crazy.
Gotta love it, man. That's it, guys. Just win the die roll.
Yeah.
And you too can come forward. All right, so how do you feel like obviously it ran pretty well.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would change?
Honestly, the one thing that I wish didn't happen as much is that because you play so many 1-ups for your combo, like all these Garnets, I play 4 Garnets throughout the deck, and so the odds of you drawing one of them in your opening hand is pretty high. I wish there was a way to play around it, and I don't know if it's maybe like adding more cards or taking away other cards so that way I don't see these as much.
At least to add horror, you could summon first and then do things.
Yeah. But like, if I see this in my hand, it kind of sucks because it has to be my first summon.
It does have to be your first summon because you got no other.
I have no
unless
other way to bring it out, unless I make.
Unless you got a token. Unless you got a Dirac Egg token on board, which you could special summon at the end. That's super. Yeah, whatever. That's super.
But other than that, like, I felt pretty good about the deck. It ran super consistent. My hands were pretty okay. There were very few matches in which I actually like ended up breaking. And when I did, I was still able to set up some sort of something, or like have enough follow up on my opponent's turn, like via my hand traps and stuff, to shut them out. And like, it's really important to know what to hit and when to hit it. I think that's really where the deck shines. Is like, you go first, even if like they break your combo and you still have like hand traps in your hand, is knowing like, okay, this is the choke point for my opponent's deck, and really taking in the time to study and figure out where to hit those. Yeah, where to hit those choke points.
Playtest.
And then I really loved having the 2 token collector because when I saw it, it came up awesome. But there was like a couple games where I drew both of them into like a deck that didn't have a token. It wasn't great. I ended up like, there was a couple games where I was just like, set token collector, and they would beat into it and be like, oh my gosh, it's got a 2k butt. That's crazy.
It's like the Ghost Girls, man. They got that 1800 booty, so it still comes up.
Yeah. But all in all, I felt like the ratios were really consistent, and when I wanted to see the things that I wanted to see, it happened. And everyone was super nice. I didn't really have that many issues. And the judges were super friendly.
Cool.
So it was a really cool experience for my first regional.
Y'all heard that, ladies and gentlemen. First regional, 4th place. That's Ethan Crowe with his 4th place Dino build. Any shout outs, Ethan?
I'll shout out to Hawksense Gaming and all the guys over there. I'll send out my homies Trent and Caesar. Clowns. They're always there to help me test some stuff out and figure out, call me a bozo whenever I'm doing stuff wrong. Yeah. So, other than that, my brother who got me into the game. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap for us here today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Come see us in Woodstock, Georgia. Link in the description below for all your TCG player needs. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Y'all be safe.